So now let's move into the next part. Let's see what kind of requirements and what kind of things we should pay attention to before and during the installation of front-end devices. So how to select a suitable position for the camera, like in the outdoor scene. The camera installation point should be as far away from the high voltage cables as possible. The camera should use a stable, sturdy mounting bracket, like the picture on the left. Sometimes we can use such a camera holder. The monitoring area should be free of blind spots. The installation location should avoid choosing low-lying areas to prevent the equipment from being sunk. Let's take a look at a couple impact of installation scenarios if we install the camera incorrectly. So what is the problem with the top right preview of a camera? It's pretty obvious that, right? So there are too much branches and leaves of the tree which block the view of the camera. So for outdoor installation, it is recommended to select an appropriate installation height according to the specific monitoring requirements, like it shows in the picture down right. So when we're installing a 2 to 3 meter high pole, we should ensure the pole can avoid possible vehicle scratching and collision to avoid risks. And what about the scene here on the top right? It's clearly that the camera is facing a light source, right? So we can barely see the objects in the view, which has caused exposure effect. The view on down right is very blurry, so it is because the camera is mounted in an area with high humidity and fog, which affect the preview of the camera a lot. At night, the camera screen should be in a smooth light environment as much as possible, not in backlight environment. Otherwise, it will cause blurred monitoring images at night. So here are the comparison between backlight and frontlight scenes. If the scene with strong backlight, we can tell from two pictures on the left that the images is either affected by the strong backlight, which interferes the view of the target, right? Or the image becomes blurred and there is no way to find the target object. We got a blurred monitoring images. But with proper front light on the right, you can see we can get a perfect preview shot. Like the pictures on the right, we can see in the path this is very clearly, right? It happens sometimes that there are large areas of leaves and rivers in the scene. It may cause the color case of the picture, like showing in the following two pictures. It is recommended to use the automatic white balance at night. Okay? So there are always scenes with no light or low light. We call them low light scene. Like three scenes down below, like square, park, and village road at night. We can say that the square is in low light situation, right? But at least there is some light in the background you can see on the building. But in park and village road at night, we can tell there is no light. So for these kinds of situations, based on the compatibility of the hardware, we can do following adjustments. Like we can set the aperture to maximum, enable low illumination, electrical shutter or slow shutter, and also we can reduce contrast appropriately. Talking about protection, the lightning protection is the thing that we should never ignore. There are some key points we should know. First, the signal transmission cables must be kept at least 50 meters away from high voltage cables. For outdoor wiring, try to choose the wiring under the eaves. In the open area, the buried steel pipe is used for wiring. In areas with strong thunderstorms, install high-power lightning protection equipment, and the system must be equipped potentially grounded. As shown in the installation diagram on the right, you can see. Okay? So the outdoor installation system of this PTZ is equipped with a lightning arrestor and lightning rod. The next will be the waterproof of the cable. If you want to do the pigtail waterproof, do not make the crystal head temporary. First, pass the network cable through each part of the waterproof sleeve like it shows in figure 2. Then make the crystal head and tighten the waterproof cap like shows in figure 3. Outdoor cameras often have some wire heads which are not used for the moment, right? So how should we do the waterproof of this kind of cables? Cables for outdoor equipment need to be wrapped with the waterproof tape, such as non-electrical tape, like shows in figure 1. And additionally, you can wrap the joint with the half-tower wrap method, like the figure 2 and 3 shows. Also, we can have a junction box of the cable. That shows in the picture very left, there are different types of junction boxes. And we can see in figure 2, there are 2 holes for the cables to get through. After we complete the installation, it looks like the figure on the right. We can see it collect all the cables and can provide waterproof protection for cables, right? Especially in outdoor scene.